Welcome back to the channel and the start of my next build, the MPC 1969 Plymouth Barracuda. There's the custom and the stock. And I'll be doing a mild custom build of this. If you haven't seen the other video I posted a little earlier, it got a little preview of this kit, a little brief unboxing, that is. So I'm gonna start this one, start doing some assemblies, and when I get further along I'll show you where I am. It hasn't taken me long to get to the painting stage. The engine is very, basic, but it looks like a V8. So this will get all painted orange, and I believe the transmission is supposed to be aluminum. I'm not sure. I'll check on that, see what others have done. Exhaust manifolds, these will be painted a steel color, and belt and pulleys, let's see, black and black and a flat black. I think this is a power steering pump. That'll be painted black. Same with the radiator fan, steering wheel and column, semi-gloss. And then front buckets, semi-gloss with chrome trim and aluminum, I believe, in the center. Got the instrument panel, semi-gloss black with silver details. And then got the interior tub. I decided to go ahead and use the main roll hoop there. I tried the bend one. It didn't look as good as the one they had, but I have added some rear bracing. That's this 1/8 inch styrene rod. I'm going to do is I cut it to length, put the angles on it, and then I'll take my round file and notch the end of it, if I can find my file. Let me get these out of the way. Here we go. Just this came from a set of files from Harbor Freight, little micro files. And to get started, just cut a slot in the middle, notch. And then you can just work your way across it. And it doesn't take long to get a semicircular notch cut out. See, there we go. And then that just here's a failed attempt at a hoop I didn't like so much. It just lines up pretty good, and you just glue it on there. So that's how I did these. So down here I had to put a super glue gusset because I kind of cut too much. And this is just wedged in there. I need to take it out for painting, of course. And the back seat, they got two pivot holes on there. But in order to get the cage in, I had to put the seat down, and so I had to cut those pivots off. And so I'll glue that on there, flush like that. So got your cargo area. Of course, I'll take the cage out and detail this up separately. The front seats look pretty good, but I'm thinking about building the front part of this cage too, but the door bars will not fit between the seat and the door panel. It's supposed to go about the height of your hips. So what I might do, I might just trim that seat a little bit so the bar can go alongside. And if I do that, then I have to put a top hoop on it and a front hoop. So that's where we're at now. Almost ready for paint. Body's still the body. And I'll continue on this cage a little more, and I'll come back when I have something to show you. The chassis, that needs to be painted black with the details hand painted in aluminum or steel. Okay, got the interior here. I finished my roll cage after a trial and error using a 1/8 inch styrene rod. There's a seat. Something happened in my design. It just popped out. After trial and error, I got the cage laid out. Got the door bars and the rear bars here. But when I put it back in position, it was bigger than, it came out bigger than when I started with. So I had to clearance the rear seat, had to add some blocks to the front to keep the cage from being too low. I also had to clearance the dash. If you can see that. I mean, once it's installed, it's not going to be not that noticeable. But I wanted them to be in front of the dash instead of going through. But oh well, live and learn. And the back seat has to be in the folded position for the cage to fit. Those bars wouldn't clear the back seat, so that'd be fine. I mean, it was designed apparently for folding anyway. So that is that. Oh, the seats. I couldn't get the factory seat in with the cage. So I thought about clearancing the seats, but then that would have looked all too hacked up. I got these AMT duster seats, but that would still have little clearance issues on the sides. So what I finally decided on is I grabbed some racing buckets from the AMT Pontiac GTO Weekend Warrior kit, and that'll fit snug against the center the transmission hump, and the cage will go right on in. And I'm going to delete the center console and just put a shifter there and plug that hole. So I get the cage in. Cage in goes like so, and then the dashboard will go in. Come on, get in there. The dash goes like that. Doesn't fit exactly great on the bottom, but you'll never be able to see it once it's assembled. And then the body can go over that. Tight fit with the interior tub. You got to get the sidewalls in, and there you go. One cage and a '69 Plymouth Barracuda. And you'll be able to see that through the back window. So, next up is the painting stage. I can get some primer on these parts and go on the color from there. So come back later and I'll have a little more progress done, get some primer and some paint down, and I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, let's get some primer on some of these parts. The primer I'm using today, it's a Duplicolor lacquer primer in their paint shop line. I got this at, I don't know, some auto parts store. I don't remember, either Pep Boys. I think that's where I got it. Or O'Reilly. No, it came from O'Reilly. Anyway, it's like $26 for a quart, which is not bad because this will prime probably a couple years worth of cars, model cars that is. This is it right here. Duplicolor paint shop primer. The can says you can spray it directly out of the, through the gun out of the can, but out of the airbrush it just dries immediately coming out. You get all this spider webbing and nothing but a huge bunch of texture in your kit. So what I do is I thin it with Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. Alrighty, turn the fan on, hook up an airbrush, and see what we can do. Okay, so far I've got the engine painted and assembled. Used Testors enamels and Revell enamels. There's that. Got the dashboard painted and detailed. Details are acrylics from Revell and Vallejo, and a silver gel pen for the lines. And the same goes for the interior door panels. What else? Got the seats in black, just a little wet. When that dries, I'll paint the harnesses, probably red and aluminum. Need to do the aluminum accent on the steering wheel. Got the roll cage in gloss black. I got to put the roll bar padding on there. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And the seat back needs to be put in like so. And then I'll show you how I'm going to do the carpeting. So that's where we're at right now. And when I get further along, I'll come back. Alright, I'm going to show you how I do model car carpet using a enamel paint and embossing powder. I got some black enamel used as a glue, and black embossing powder that you can get at pretty much any craft store. Okay, get a brush. You'll paint everywhere you want the powder to stick. Alright. And while it's still wet, just kind of cover it up with the powder. And shake off the excess. And still got some gaps, but it looks okay. Not too bad. Suppose I could use flat paint, but it doesn't stay as sticky as long. I wonder if a second coat would work. One carpeted interior. Yep. And here it is. The completed interior of my '69 Plymouth Barracuda. And I did steal that shifter out of the Plymouth Duster kit because I deleted the console and needed a taller shifter, and I thought that was pretty good. Dashboard, racing buckets, and roll cage. Alrighty. And the next part of the build will be the body and the chassis and the wheels. Until then, have a good day. Happy modeling. See you next time.